Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Antonio, and this is the AAS. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Now, obviously, I'm a Seahawks fan, if you can't tell, with the Seahawks flag in the background. Also, I'm the fan of those two teams over there, along with the Golden Knights, and my Georgia Bulldogs that are playing today. But I wanted to talk about the Cowboys, because many people are saying, like, Cowboys this, Cowboy that, but the question is, are the Cowboys as good as people say they are? I'm going to be going over why I think they aren't, and also of what reasons have been shown, and then also like playoff reasons. So let's get started. But before I get started on talking, I want to make sure you guys hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're new, turn on that notification bell. So let's get started. So I obviously had the Cowboys picked, so I don't think the Cowboys are as good as people think they are because of a few reasons. Number one, if you really are the number one best ranked pass rush, do you allow 35 points against a 20th ranked Seahawks offense? No, you don't. Because look at the Niners game. The Seahawks won against the Niners. The Niners allowed only 13 points against the Seahawks. How many did the Cowboys allow? 35. And we look at some of the games that the Cowboys have lost. The Cowboys have lost against the Cardinals, which was on the road. The Niners, which was also on the road, they pounded the freak out of the Cowboys. And then the Eagles in Philly, which was closer than a lot of people had expected. But here's the thing. Cowboys are going into by far the most hardest stretch of the season. If we look at the Cowboys, their schedule, the Eagles, they play the Eagles, then they play the Bills, then they play the Dolphins, the Lions, and then they finish it all off with the Commanders. So that is easily a 4-game stretch that the Cowboys could lose in each of their next 4 games. Because if we look at the teams, each individually, the Eagles are so dominant right now. They have been able to win all of those close games that they've had this season. The Bills, we saw the game against the Eagles that they had, which they almost won, but almost had it. They beat the Dolphins earlier this season. And then the Dolphins, they've powerhoused their entire way to the top of the AFC East. They are just looking so good right now. Their offense is just so powerful all around. And then lastly, the Lions. The Lions are so good right now. So many people are underestimating the power that they have because they are just so strong. And my Seahawks were barely able to beat them in overtime. So the Cowboys defense, they had a lot of mistakes on Thursday night. Had loads of pass interference penalties, got loads of offsides, you had holding on defense. You were just getting penalties all around, and so were the Seahawks. So, here's the thing. Dak Prescott has been able to perform in September, October, November, and December. But he hasn't been able to perform in January. Most importantly, the playoffs. Because we look at the playoff picture right now. The Eagles are right now the number 1 seed. The Niners, I believe, are number 2. And then the Lions are number 3. And then the Falcons obviously are number 4, which they're obviously the winner of the division of the NFC South is probably going to be the 4 seed. And then we look at the playoff picture. We have the Cowboys who are in there right now, the Vikings that are in there right now that are plummeting a little bit, and then the Seahawks. The Seahawks have a hard schedule coming up. The Niners, then the Eagles, then the Titans, and then the Steelers, and then, of course, the Cardinals to finish it off. Now, here's the thing. The Cowboys have been so good all around, all year at home. But they trailed for the first time at home due to my Seahawks getting the lead on them. And they're a 20th ranked offense. They're 20th ranked. How do you allow a 20th ranked offense to score 35 points against a supposed number one pass rushing unit? How do you do that? Answer, let me know down in the comment section below of what you guys think down in the comments of what you think about that. But I just don't think the Cowboys are as good as people say they are. They have not been able to get past the divisional round of the playoffs. We look at last year, they lost the last 2 years. They've lost to the Niners both of each of those times. But they could easily, and I mean very easily, lose 4 of their last 5 games. The Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions. Those are all so tough juggernaut teams. The Bills, we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know if they're getting back to their old form that they have been for the last few years. And the Eagles, we have seen just rise and just dominate every opponent that is in their way. And then the Dolphins, we've seen them have a high-powered house offense, which will be interesting to see it play out. And then, lastly, the Lions. We've seen them in tough games this year. Of course, Thanksgiving is always the Lions' kryptonite. But the Cowboys, every single playoff game they play, it's their kryptonite. Because if we look at the playoffs, Dak Prescott has only gotten 2 wins in the playoffs. 2. One of them came last year against the Bucs. I mean, Tampa Bay, way to go. They're a losing team. They're a sucky team. I get it was Tom Brady. But still, they sucked. But if they are to get into the playoffs, they've got to prove themselves. Because every year, Cowboy fans say they're going to go to the Super Bowl. Every dang year for any Cowboy fan watching this. Every single year, I hear Cowboy fans saying all around at my job saying, oh, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Oh, we're going to win the NFC Championship game. Oh, we're going to have the best offense in the NFL. How do you have a best offense and a best defense against a 20th ranked offense and defense? Explain that to me. Because the Seahawks were this close to beating you if it wasn't for the mistakes on the play calling. They were this close to beating you. This close. But, and as I said before, if the Seahawks didn't end the streak at home for the Cowboys, the Eagles will. So, until then, the Cowboys have a lot to prove still. But, anyways, that's my topic for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the notification bell. And be sure to let me know of your guys' opinion on this, especially you Cowboy fans. I want to see your guys' reply on this. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.